Okay, so here we are in the Macho State Forest in Pennsylvania. I want to go over some things about the car that might help you make your decision. Okay, we've probably pulled this 1,200 pound trailer about 300 miles so far with our brand new XV Crosstrek. Okay, there's plenty of reviews on the Subaru XV Crosstrek from all sorts of professionals, but I thought it would be helpful to actually have one from an actual owner of the vehicle. So, a couple things about the car. Subarus have a trademark ride. They're kind of rough riding vehicles, and the new 2013 XV Crosstrek is no different. Now, surprisingly, when we first test drove this vehicle, it was very smooth. I was very surprised by it. Now, after about 4,000 miles, it rides just like a Subaru. So there's a couple things I wanted to go over. One, it gets excellent gas mileage, and as one of my videos show, when you tow a trailer with it, you still get very good gas mileage. It gets phenomenal gas mileage for an all-wheel drive vehicle. Now, some of the things that you notice when you drive the car is because our car has a CVT, constant velocity, or excuse me, continuously variable transmission, it has a chain in there. And when you are sitting at a stop sign and you turn right or left and you take off from a stop, you'll notice a very low-pitched growling noise. And I think that is what Subaru refers to as chain slap noise. So there's that. Now this car gets beat up a lot because it doesn't have enough pickup. I can tell you from an owner standpoint, it has plenty of pickup. It takes off great from a stop. It has excellent passing power on the highway. So I think that's just from people that haven't driven the car. They're just not used to it. But this car actually passes better than some of the other cars I've driven. Now, you'll see lots of videos on off-road capability of these vehicles. It's very good. I don't think we're going to be taking this car off-road. This is my wife's car, but it tows very well. I've towed our 1,200 pound trailer with it many, many times. It's just a really great car. The car is averaging 33.3 miles per gallon with my wife driving. Now, she does a lot of highway miles, but she also does a lot of driving around through town, which is actually better than the advertised mile per gallon. Okay, so as compared to my Mazda 3, this car does not have as much storage space as my Mazda. You can pack a lot of stuff in the Mazda. It's okay, these seats lay down. But I can tell you the storage area is not as square as it is in my Mazda. And you can put a little bit more stuff in that car. But still, it's a hatchback, so it's useful. I want to go over the engine compartment a little. I just saw one reviewer say it was just ugly in here, and I can tell you that's not true. For anyone that actually works on their own car, this is a thing of beauty. Your oil filter is right here on the top, so if you want to change your own oil, you don't even have to get under the car to change the filter. You only need to do that when you're draining the oil out, so that should be a really nice oil change. Okay, so I've driven a manual transmission car most of my adult life, especially in small cars, and I normally prefer them. Now, we've got a CVT transmission in this Subaru, so I've actually debated if I got a car identical to Jill's for myself, would I get a manual transmission or a CVT? I actually like the CVT. I normally don't like automatic transmission cars, but the CVT is much better. Now, even though the manual transmission vehicles have better off-road capabilities, I'm debating whether I would get a CVT or not. Now, the manual transmissions have a 50-50 torque split, and the CVTs actually are most of the time front-wheel drive, and then they go rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive when you need it. And the trade-off for that is you get better gas mileage because the car normally functions in front-wheel drive mode. So I really like it. Would I get the manual transmission because it has better off-road capabilities? I don't know, because how often are you really going to use that? We're ever going to do in this vehicle, so we'll try it. This road's actually this trail is actually quite rough. I can tell you we're not going to be doing a lot of this. And it wasn't really a trail, and I'm just going to back out of it. Okay, and as for cargo area, here's the XV Crosstrek with 15 40-pound bags of wood pellets in it. Plenty of room back here. I think my car has slightly more, but it's fine. And I can tell you it squats down a lot less on the tires than in my Mazda. So My Mazda really squats down when you put all these pellets in. I do this all the time in my Mazda.
Ready?
And unlike my Mazda, this car acts like those pellets aren't even in the back. It handles just the same as it does without them. When you put all these pellets in my Mazda, you can really tell a difference. It's really loaded down. It feels like the front end is floating. This car hauls perfectly.